everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to our subscribers and welcome to anybody who's watching, whether you're a subscriber or not. If you've enjoyed this video by the end, please do give me a thumbs up. That would help the channel really well and I'd be most appreciative. And if you're not a subscriber and you still enjoyed the video by the end, please do hit that subscribe button and click the all button. If you click the all button, it means you won't miss any videos. A couple of our crowd have said that they're not getting notified even after they've hit the subscribe button. But if you click the all button, it means that or at least you should. If not, do let me know and I'll see what I can do. So that's what we need to do if you don't want to miss a video from this channel. So we're going to stick with our Christmas theme, and today we are going to make a Christmas bauble. Now, most of the baubles that you buy are glass, and of course they're not very thick glass, so they tend to break. And if you've got children around for the Christmas holidays or vulnerable adults, they could get hurt if they hold it and it breaks in their hand, and we certainly don't want that. But these ones, they won't break. I'm not saying that children can't, like they do with just about everything else, take it off and put it in their mouth. So obviously we do need to keep a bit of an eye. But these balls are child safe as long as they don't go in their mouth. By that I mean you can squeeze quite hard and they're not going to break. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this one step further than what we've done today, but don't worry about that. It's all very simple. So we are going to start with a polystyrene ball. Now, I'm using the smallest one, but this process will work with whatever size ball you decide to use. And what we're going to do to make the shiny bit, you can probably use glitter for this, but I've not tried it, but I'm using gilding flakes. And what I've done is I've covered the ball in double-sided tape. So I've already done that just to save a bit of time. And there are two ways you can do it. I would suggest that you decant it into a tub, but I haven't actually got a plastic tub that I can decant it into at the moment. Well, I have, but it's at the bottom of a box in the kitchen because I'm having a bit of a sort out. So for now, it's staying in here. But there are two ways of doing it if you haven't got one. You could either spread it out, and I would suggest you use paper because this is a bit messy, guys. Just to warn you, this is a bit of a messy one. So we're going to, especially as it's a small wall, we're going to pop it in first. Just put the first part in like that. Put the pot to one side. And then all you do, if you've not used gilding flakes before, I'm sure some of you have, or many of you have, you can use a brush to do this if you want. So I've seen people use on brushes. I've never seen the need to use a brush. I use my fingers. But if you want to use a brush, because you don't want it to get it on your fingers or under your fingernails, that's absolutely fine. Use a brush. But I'm going to use my finger. And then what we're going to do is bring it back in, pop the other end in. That's what I mean by it makes a mess with gilding flakes. If you've never used them before, even if you breathe, well, of course we must breathe, but if you've got heating or what's that stuff called, air conditioning, don't have that on because it'll go everywhere. But here in the UK it is winter, so we have no need for air conditioning. It's quite chilly out there. The sun is shining for the middle of December, almost the middle of December. Oops. The sun is quite nice, but it is very chilly out there. So we're just going to brush that off, or brush that on I should say, use our fingers. If you've got any little bits left over on your table, you can roll them around in that and cover up any little gaps. And we will do it like that. And that's probably all we need to do. Well, for that part anyway. And now, I really need to put those back, but I'll do that later because that does take a bit of time. So I'll just put that to one side and I'll put that on the... Oops, I didn't want that falling. Oh dear, I thought that was going to roll over. Oh, that would have been funny, wouldn't it? That would have been the end of the video because it would have rolled off the table and I wouldn't have been able to carry on. So, what we're going to do now, we need to make a hole in our bauble because we need to find a way of hanging it. And as I say, we are going to, if I can find me... Oh, it's stuck to my jumper. Of course it is. So we won't worry about that for a moment. It's not stuck now. What we're going to do, we're going to take a pair of scissors, just the point of a small pair of scissors. Keep it straight. Don't bend your wrist. Keep it straight, because if you keep it straight, it means it'll go right through the centre. And it doesn't matter at what point. Because you've covered it, you can't see the join, so it doesn't matter where, as long as you keep it straight-ish. It doesn't have to be dead straight, give it a bit of a wiggle if you want to. So that will come right through there like that. If you want to, you can give it a twist just to make the ribbon go through. And then what I would suggest you do, that thing is determined to stick to my arm whether it wants to or not, whether I want it to or not. But what I would suggest you do is take your ribbon. I've just got some glittery ribbon, lovely ribbon. I think that came from the works as well. And I threaded it through a wool needle. Well, actually, it's not a wool needle, I tell a lie. It's an embroidery needle. But don't do what I did and double it up because you can't get it through. So I'm using a ribbon. You can use twine if you want to. You can use the ordinary brown twine. You can use coloured twine. You can use any coloured ribbon you like. If you haven't got any of that, grab some string from the kitchen. It works just as well. I've used string before. So if you use a small ball, your needle will go, she says hopefully, straight through. And of course, if you use twine rather than this thick bulky ribbon, it will go through a lot easier. So just keep wiggling it, pulling it through. It'll come through eventually. There we go. Here it comes. That will come through. Just keep pulling. We should be there by now. There we go. And then obviously remove it from the needle. And there are two things you need to do. You need to tie a knot in the bottom to stop, otherwise it'll just come straight back out again. And you'll have to go through that palaver again of getting it through. So do remember to tie your knot before you do the next bit. So a single knot should do. And then you've still got that nice little tail. Oh, it's even tapered itself nicely. That's very nice of it. And then what we need to do, we make a loop. And all we do is we fold it over and make sure, I actually wanted to fold it over so that the glittery bit of my ribbon is on the outside. But how fussy you are with that depends on what you're using for your tie. But all you do is you fold your tie, your twine, your ribbon, whatever you're using in half, and you just tie a knot and make sure that that knot is as close to the top of your bauble as you can get it. And there you have a nice shiny little bauble. And that is really, really easy to make. You can batch make these. So if you're still doing craft fair for Christmas, you can do that. Now, if you wanted to add something extra, I've just got one of these tiny bows. It's one of these bows that you buy in packs. You can buy them in multi-packs. And it's for packaging really, but they make great little decoration. So if you wanted to, I've just got a piece. They have got sticky stuff on the back, but with gilding flakes, I wouldn't trust that. I can't guarantee that it will stay on. So I've just put half a foam pad on, and I'm going to stick it on like that. Give it a good press, that'll stay on. If you want to put one on the other side, you can, or if you wanted to, which is what I was going to do, but I didn't do it in time, you could do it on the top and make that the crown of your bauble. And that, incidentally, that bit on the top, which would normally be metal with the loop, that's called a crown. So if you wanted to, you could make that as the crown. But I've decided to put it on the front. And there is your bauble. And if you wanted that a bit longer, obviously you could. But there we go. There is our bauble. I might take that off later and pop it on the top. Or you could even put it... It's probably not too late, if you do it carefully. Well, it is actually. But because it'll take half the gilding flakes off. But you could put it on the bottom, or you could just leave it off and not use it at all. So that's one with a decoration. I was looking for the one that I was looking for the sample one. Oh, there it is. And that's the one without any decoration. And I've used a piece of twine. So I shall leave them side by side so you can decide if you make one for yourself, and I really hope you do, which way you go about doing it. But either way, they are really lovely. And if you wanted to seal this, you could use some clear PVA glue, you could use your glossy accents, or you could use glitter-based nail polish if you want to, and that would give it an extra shine. And of course, it doesn't take long to dry. So there are several ways of adding finishing touches to your bauble. And as I say, I hope you have a go yourself. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Do take care, enjoy whatever you're doing, and I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, thank you for liking our videos, thank you for commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you next week. And until then, have fun, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.